Now that we have power back, welcome back to some more Stormworks. Today I'm really excited to bring you guys a few tutorials here for some new things in Stormworks. With the latest mega update to the game, we got some different screens, some cameras, as well as radio signals. So I'm going to be running through some simple and different examples to show you guys how to use these things for your amazing creations in the future. And I'm really interested to see what you guys are going to be doing with these, but for right now, I'm going to be jumping straight into this. And of course, if you guys do have the cameras and the screens down here, I am going to leave a timestamp for the radio tutorial that's going to be a little bit further in the video. So if you guys have this down packed, you can skip right over this, but I'm going to get a brand new vehicle here. And I'm going to create a little base here. And we're going to be grabbing one of the very large monitors, and you can see this arrow here that wants to be pointing up, so that's the right way up. As well, we can grab a little camera here, and we want that arrow straight up as well to the sky. Then we're going to need a couple other things to have this run correctly. A battery here, and a toggle button. And first off, that toggle button is going to be connected to your screen as an on-off for the screen. So right now we're just going to call it screen power. As well, we're going to have to connect power to all of our things here, just like any one of our builds. And the brand new part in our data and logic here is the camera feed signal, or our video nodes here, which will be connecting straight from the camera here up to our screen. And that is about it for the camera. You can get a little bit more complex, and I'll show you what I'm talking about in a minute here. But as you can see, we have a pretty nice display right here with showing us everything we need to know through that camera. So of course you're able to use these on boats, planes, cars, for anything you want to try out with them. But now we do also have a couple other things we can do. There are two other types of cameras, a gimbal camera and a large camera. And both of those have a couple different characteristics. I'm going to come through here real quick. Of course, we want both of those facing up. I believe the gimbaled camera is more for flying vehicles. If you want to keep it stable, pointing towards the ground, you can connect that up to a gyro and keep it stable with these data points, because it does have a couple different rotation points, just like those spotlights. So you can connect that up, maybe connect a microcontroller or something up to keep that completely stable for any photography or videography you want to do with it, or just to survey the land, I guess, in a survival game. But both of these, the large and the gimbal camera, also do have an infrared mode and a field of view mode. And the infrared mode basically means without any light, you're able to see on the monitor what you wouldn't be able to see without lights on the regular camera over here. And the field of view, basically, if you haven't seen it in any games, it just increases or decreases the amount of stuff you can see in front of you. So if you're going over a large island and you can't see all of it, you can increase that field of view on your gimbal camera and see the entire land instead of only getting a portion of it. But I don't exactly know the extreme limits of that, but it is a cool feature that they added into the cameras here. We do also have two other screen type of things. These are actually HUD displays. We have a large and a small one here that you can connect up to your vehicles. And we're going to give them a power signal here, and we're going to connect them up to the camera feeds from these two different guys here. As well, all of these do need power as well. I'm just going to show you guys what these things actually do look like, because they are a little bit different. You could put these in front of you when you're flying maybe a fighter plane or something else like that. But it gives you the entire image, but it's a little bit, I'm just going to say, obscured in a sense. You can still see through it like a window, but it does also project that image onto there. Another really cool thing about these screens and everything, they're actually touch screens. So when you do want to do something with them, you can bring a composite output to some sort of, it would probably be Lua programming inside of a microcontroller, but that is a bit more advanced stuff I'm going to leave for another episode. I know a lot of people have been trying to crack that code, but for right now I do know part of it, just not everything yet, so I want to get a good understanding before I bring something out on that. One final thing I do want to talk about quickly with the cameras before we move on to the radios here is a little bit of microcontroller stuff we can do with the cameras. Now, we can't actually send camera signals through the radios, but they do have their own towers, and we will be getting to that in a second here. But we do also have this video input and output from a microcontroller here. So I guess you could do a couple different things with it in here, with controlling it, sending it to different monitors and different things like that. But the main reason why they do have it in the microcontroller here is because of the brand new block in the microcontroller, which is the video switch box, and it works exactly just like our numerical switch box where we have the off and on value, and we can switch which camera we are using. You can connect two cameras up, like a front and back camera for a car, boat, plane, whatever vehicle you need for it, and connect that up to here and switch them around. Of course, you could have a full array and set up a system in here to connect them up all to one monitor, so you can switch between all different cameras for a security system around a large yacht, or maybe something for having a couple different cameras around a large boat to help park. Alright, to save a little bit of time here in the video, I have already set up a little screen here with a button and battery here. Of course, we already do know how to connect all of that up, but I'm going to be doing something a little bit different here. We're going to be sending the radio signal through a video receiver and transmitter, which means we actually have to build two separate blocks here, basically. I know they are connected pieces, but we're just going to pretend that these are two separate things, because it's the same if we have two separate vehicles or one sitting next to each other. But all you have to do is bring a radio transmitter and receiver out here, and then connect the video feed through here. We're actually going to have to need a battery over here as well, and connect up a little bit of power to both of those guys as well as these two. And I'm not exactly sure on the range of the video transmitters, but I know for the regular radio transmitters here, the large ones I believe do have a longer range, but I've never tested the actual range on that. That might be something for a future video. But as well as connecting up these radio channels to the sender and receiver, we're also going to have to give them a little bit of data. And you may be asking yourself, well, what type of data do we need to send it? The transmitters are actually looking for a channel you want to send that value over, your actual radio signal here. So we're going to put a numerical value in front of them and put the output value to 1. So if you want to talk to your friend between ships or send a video or something, you're both going to have to be on the same channel. And I would suggest making a little device that enables you to change between channels. I've created something myself, but it's not too difficult. Anyways, we've got both of these on channel 1 now, and if we spawn this thing in, we should be able to get video feed between these two blocks here now. We actually connect that up to there. So let's test it out here. And as you can see, we are sending radio signal through this channel. And if I run over here, you can see me dancing on the screen over there, back and forth. So our channels are working well. And that is the easier way to send a video signal through here. But we also do have these radio towers, which are more for data to be sent between different, different boats, different control ports, different things. Alright, for right now, we are going to be working on some radio towers now, so we don't have any problems with range. I'm just going to be giving the largest ones on both of the platforms here, and connecting some power up to both sides. And what we're going to be sending through here, we're going to be sending a on-off signal for the screen over there, as well as a numerical value. And what I'm going to be doing over here with the numerical value is just running a little electric motor with a propeller on it here. So we're going to have to connect up power to that guy and to our throttle, as well as that toggle button over here. And now comes a little bit more difficult part, our microcontroller build. We're actually only going to need a 3x1, excuse me. And this is going to be our station 1. and we have to create 3 nodes for it here. The first node being a composite output here. I'm just going to change the name to output. We're going to have an on-off input for a light on the other side. And then we're also going to have that numerical input for the electric motor. There we go. And I'm going to create a quick symbol of a very bad looking one. But anyways, let's jump into this here. And just like creating any composite values, we have to write the numerical value as well as the on-off value to composite here. And connecting those up and connect it to that output here. So now that that is done, all you have to do is switch over one of these to start on another channel so that they don't, I guess, contradict with each other and write to the same one. Now that that is done, all you have to do is go out here and save it as our station 1. Alright, we have our small microcontroller here, and what we're going to be connecting up first is those little data points for throttle for that toggle button, as well as for the composite data here. We're going to be running it to the data sent here. And that should be everything, but we're also going to need that numerical value for our radio as well. So it's just getting another constant number if you're going to be doing some single player, and just drop one in here. And now we can't be writing to the same channel here as the video, so we're going to have to write it on channel 2. So we're going to have to run one over here as well and connect it up to frequency received and channel 2. Alright. And then we're going to want to output some values from here over into another microcontroller. So let's just name this guy Station 2, and we're going to be making a composite input this time, changing that name. Then it's going to be an on-off output and a number output here. And what we need to do is, instead of getting some write nodes, we have to get some read nodes here to read our on-off and our numerical values. Let's drop that guy there, getting our on-off value in here as well, and bring our input over to the left. And if you guys remember, we put our electric motor on channel 2 and our light on channel 1. Let's make sure we name station 2 correct, and we'll save that up, naming it station 2. So now we can go out here, search up station 2. Should have changed the symbol, but laziness prevails. And we'll put that guy on there, connecting up our electric motor throttle 2 here, grabbing a light to connect up here. There we go. Putting it to there. We also do want to turn on the screen with the light, and all I have to do is bring some composite values back over to this guy and make sure we got power to everything. And now we should have a working radio system here, where we've got 2 different platforms, but it should be sending values between the 2. As you can see, those guys are working perfectly. They're shaking a little bit, which is weird, but we've got that numerical value coming through, and we also have the light and the screen turn on over there working perfectly well. So you just need a microcontroller on either side running through here, and of course don't forget to put them on the same radio signal on there so you get the correct one coming through here. Yep. And it would definitely be cool to see in the future ships having control panels to where you can switch maybe from a 1 to 32 channel, so you can grab different signals from different captains on different boats sending out messages and stuff. And anyone interested on the LUA programming, I'm definitely going to be bringing a video out on that soon, but I really don't know when. I'm probably going to be doing a basics in the next couple days, but for the more advanced stuff, it might take me a little while. But anyways, that is where I will be ending it. Of course, just like I said at the beginning of this video, if you guys do have any questions on any of this, I am super happy to help anyone that does need it. Of course, you just have to send a message down at the bottom of this video, or in the community Discord, where me or another fellow Stormworks player can help you out there. Anyways, that is all the time I do have today. That is where I will be ending. Thank you for watching. So if you guys like this, please leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel to stay up with Stormworks and more of my content. But I've never been great. Goodbye. So if people need me, and I need to go.